Sports Cash Crew, welcome back to another week episode with your host, Mr. ESPN, where we discuss everything sports and the business behind it. I'm here with my erratic host, Kens, Dove, and Jig. Don't mind the game. He might have Tourette's. But anyway,
it's a wonderful
wrapping
weekend.
up.
Talk to him, Vlad. How you feeling, Vlad?
I'm good. NFL season.
No, you not, boy.
NFL season's over. We are
Jesus.
after the Super Bowl.
Heart.
Shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs for being Super Bowl, I believe, 57.
Quiet. Hold this L.
The same one you've been holding for the past weeks, right?
That's why I'm over it already. Yours is fresh, baby.
That's okay.
Fresh.
On the biggest stage, wasting your time.
Never.
Hey, you had a front row seat though. To see confetti that was red and yellow.
I just want the Sportscast Nation to know that we have been on Vlad's search for the last 24 hours, searching for this man because he could not answer a phone call, a text, a DM. We were searching high, we were searching low, valleys, mountains. He was unfound. But we're glad to finally have him here so that we can discuss sports and the money behind it. Set him off, Vlad. Let's go, baby.
I want the world to know that Vlad's birthday is this week, and he's going into it pretty tough, but got a little less hair than he did before the Super Bowl started.
Nah,
he never gonna get a beard.
It's all right. It's okay. Ohio State let me down. Eagles let me down. It's all right. We off to a rough start for 2023, but it's okay.
You still got the Hawks?
Nah, not this year.
I mean, no, the good thing about the Hawks, chances are they're not going to make it to that stage, though. So
it won't disappoint nobody.
Yeah, it won't be quite that painful. You feel me? I mean, they maybe, but not likely. Let's put it that way.
It's not happening. Unless we get Giannis tomorrow, that's not happening.
Let's get with it, man. We got the league. Oh, fuck, my fault. I forgot. Y'all want to talk a little basketball first? Y'all want to do that?
Oh, yeah, there was trades that happened.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, KD and the Suns, they probably winning it all. Right. All right. So
go ahead, get y'all little right now.
My man Patty Mahomes. What year are we in? 23?
Yes.
He's in his sixth season. He's
as a
starter. He's racked up 2 league MVPs and 2 Super Bowl MVPs. The second one coming on Yo Philly Pigeons.
He broke the curse.
What do we think about this game? How are we feeling about this game? I mean, mind you, Philly was up a good 10 points at halftime.
24-14.
Yeah.
And Kansas City in the second half beat them 24-11. All right. Jig, talk to them.
Hey, man. Plain and simple. By the time it got to halftime, I said, oh, Philly in trouble. And this is the only reason, not even in a bad way like that, because everything they were doing was working, right? So you go into halftime, you don't really make adjustments because everything is working.
It's already working, right?
The bad thing is the other team gets to make adjustments on what you're doing, and you're not making any adjustments because you don't know what they have planned for you, and they came and bit them in the butt. Hey, man, they scored what, 4 touchdowns? No, 3 touchdowns?
4. They were about 4 straight, 4 possessions, 4 for 4.
What, 21, 28, 35?
Yeah, it was.
And then the field goal.
Piggyback off of Jig, they re-injured Patrick's ankle in the second quarter. And Super Bowl, typically the games, halftime is only like 12, 15 minutes, whatever, something like that. Super Bowl, it's about 30 minutes while Rihanna's doing her thing. Patrick taking them Toradol shots. And like he getting that thing right. And so, them 30 minutes was just enough time for his leg to be just good enough to to start that second half coming.
I'm gonna say this, right? Whoever wrote the NFL script for this season, wow. All right, what a masterpiece!
That's one hell of a script.
What has Arian?
What a masterpiece theater. Tyler Perry, shout out to you. Shout the fuck out to you, Tyler, because woo, listen, you had the brothers and Jalen and Patrick headlining the Super Bowl, Black History Month, masterful. You had the brothers,
Jason
and Travis, Kelsey's facing off. Well, not against each other because they both play offense, but they're both out here. Amazing. The Eagles and this ridiculous trajectory that they've gone on. Jalen and being sit to the side for Tua, then going off, balling, getting drafted, having 2 bad years, and then he's here prime time. You know what I'm saying? AJ left the Titans. So much just went into this story. Then, like you just said, Patrick ends up getting hurt and he's down 10 again.
Hey, you gotta take it back for Patrick too. Don't forget, he lost the most explosive weapon in the league.
Tyreek gone. Tyreek at the house like this.
Like a fool. Like a fool.
They said he's not gonna be the same without Tyreek. He's not gonna be the same without his safety net. He's not gonna be the same without the guy who can take the top off the defense.
There's somebody on this call that said that.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I can only Tyler freaking Perry. You wrote this script, boy, and we thank you.
We have never talked about Tyler Perry
ever. Let's talk about the game, right? Personally, I felt like in the beginning of the game, the Eagles was really kind of throttling the Chiefs. I was like, dang, I don't know. This looks kind of crazy. And then bloop, bloop. Next thing you know, 14-7, Jalen fumbles, return for a touchdown. We tied back up. I'm like, oh, this might be a game. We might have something on this.
One hell of a plot.
Chiefs end up punting twice after that. And your Eagles, touchdown, field goal, 24-14. Like Jig said, we're going into the half like, man, Chiefs got to figure something out. And did they do it? All right, they came out and they was running that thing. I'm personally a fan of throwing that thing, but they came out running that thing. You feel me? They gave the ball to the Zoe Pacheco. They gave the ball to the Zoe Pacheco, and he said, y'all need a first? I'll go get it. You need another first? I'll go get it. My boy Pacheco was not to be played with in the second half. They said, Vegas told us that Patrick Mahomes is not going to get more than 18 yards. He got 23 in 4 attempts. But on a bad ankle. The ankle was already bad. It got worse. And he still picked up 15. Listen, man. Tyler, I'm going to see the next movie, bro. I don't even know how to. Tyler, hey, listen.
Hey, yo, Vlad, if you need any, if Ken's is giving you the title of this show, by the way, so you ain't got to think too hard. Just Tyler Perry Studios. I don't.
You know, like, listen. I'm assuming that every season they have somebody else write the NFL script. Tyler,
writers.
You deserve a Tony, an Oscar, whichever one it is. Get all 3.
Right.
Next year, I hope they give it to Jordan Peele.
But let's give a shout out to the boy Jalen Hurts though. He had a great game.
Nah, I'm straight.
As our friend Kendrick would say, the real KD, he's a leader of men. All right. Jalen did his thing. I love seeing the clip of him grabbing his coach like, hey, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Jalen is a commodity, man. Proud of him, proud to see his growth. And you learn, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not guaranteed that you come back to this point, but man, it's the Super Bowl and everything counts, bro. That fumble, if they would have been able to come down the field and score again, that might have put the game out. I mean, you can't count out your boy Pat Treasy, my homeboy. He different, but wow, man. Shout out to Jalen though. Shout out to the Chiefs, bro. Like, this is a dynasty we're watching right now, guys.
That's a fact.
No, wait. I want to stop. Relax. I like to see at least 3. That's what I was just about to say. So I don't mind the thought of them becoming a dynasty. I just want to, if I could get 3, then I could be like, yeah. Like, that's all I'm saying. That's
so hosting what is it now? 5 AFC championships. Winning 3
Super Bowls. I need Super Bowls, bro. I need Super Bowls. You're not a dynasty with AFC championships, Ken. Or else the Eagles would have been a dynasty like a couple decades ago when they went to NFC championship after championship. So
it was a dynasty. It just wasn't a great one. It was a good one.
That's okay. So I mean, for me, dynasty is like legendary. You know what I'm saying? Like that's Okay, so for me, when I like just me personally, if I see them get one more ring next year or at least the year after that, yeah, we got a dynasty in our
Well, if they don't come for another 4 years, they still if they go to AFC Championship for the next 4 years and they don't win another ring to the 4th year, it's not a dynasty still.
You don't think that's too much time in between?
Hell no, man. Hell no.
It's a dynasty.
Yeah, broken up. What?
No.
It's a dynasty in my book.
That's a dynasty, baby.
Let's be real. For the past 5 years,
look, hey, to each his own. I ain't
for the past 5 years. What person did you have to go through to win the Super Bowl?
Tom Brady.
Past 5 years.
Past 5 years.
Oh, you talking about in the AFC? Oh yeah, Patrick.
No, not the AFC. The league.
Hey, every day.
Whether you see him in the AFC or you see him in the Super Bowl.
Every day you have.
Yeah, you're right.
He's had 3 Super Bowl appearances out of the past 5 years. Yes, he did lose one, but he got 2. This is the NFL, guys. Most people, like, the list is short for people that even has 2 Super Bowl wins.
Very short.
Quarterback. Eli Manning on there. I don't see the problem.
Yeah, but that stretch was too far apart. So anyway.
Oh, wait, stop. Keynes just said
that
was 4 years.
Yeah, it was 4 years.
But it's only 2.
Hold
on.
On.
Not a dynasty.
I understand. But did the Giants going back to NFC championship games?
No.
Yes, we was losing.
Y'all was not going back to back NFC.
All right. Let's get back on to how you guys took this L. All right. Now, at the end of the game, we have this controversy.
Ain't no controversy.
Of this flag that was called. And you know what I hate that people say sometimes? You can't make that call at that point of this game. Like,
what?
So to negate the rules depending on when it happened.
The time of the game, yeah.
like
if it's a call, it's a call. I don't care if it's in the first quarter or the last 7 seconds. It's a call.
And then not only that, I mean, to me, it makes me think back on. You remember Kens? I know you don't care, but you remember the Rams and the Saints when the dude just obliterated my man on that.
Yes.
Oh, because it was at the end of the game, we can't make that call. Is that what you're saying?
That ball was clearly going out of bounds. It was uncatchable.
Yeah, we
go ahead.
Right. But the rest of us that was unbiased to that game, like
I watched the replay. I watched from 7 different angles. It was uncatchable.
No, it was the Juju thing. It was uncatchable.
What they called holding.
They called pass interference.
They didn't call pass interference.
They called
They called holding. The difference. Pay attention to the game, my man.
Very different.
And
it was clearly a hold.
Twice.
And Brad, I mean, look, to me, if the man himself goes,
there's no more complaining.
We can't talk. There's nothing to say. It's not even a conversation. The man said, "I was hoping I got away with it."
So you think Tyler Perry and all his wonder decided to write that part into the script? Did you go on afterwards and tell him that you did hold? Come on, Tyler better than that, baby.
It's just like that commercial on TV when that dude touched the ball and he was like, "Coach,
hey coach, your ref, it wasn't a foul
off me."
And then to me, here it goes. If you a Philly fan and you be wording about that call, but you were okay. I know my dad might watch this, so
shout out to him.
Yeah. So I'm like, and you're okay with that Goddard catch?
That Goddard catch? Oh my gosh, bro. That catch was the ball is still moving against his helmet, and he's only had 1 foot in bounds. It's not even but they still called it a catch.
My wife only tuned in at halftime, and because she was already there, she just stuck around. She saw that play and was like, "Hey, he doesn't have the ball." I said, "Yeah, I know." I was like, "I know." And I say it again.
Look like a catch to me.
All right.
Well, it looked like a holding on the other side. So.
Hey, look, they challenged the play. They had extra time to look at it, and they still gave it to y'all. They still gave it to y'all. Can you believe that? And then y'all didn't, for whatever. I mean, I think a little bit later, that's when, I don't know, whatever happened.
My thought is they called that a catch, but when Buddy caught the ball, turned around, and got hit and fumbled it, they said that wasn't a catch.
It wasn't. He didn't take 2 steps.
Yeah, that wasn't a catch by rule.
Again, right?
You make a football move.
Why is what a catch is in the NFL so confusing?
I mean, if you're comparing those two plays, then yes, I'm 100% on your side. There's no reason why we can count Goddard's a catch, but not when that running back got smacked. All right, who was that? Miles Sanders. Like, that doesn't make sense because that means neither of them should have been or both of them should have been. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, but I think by rule, they got the Goddard one wrong, and by rule, they got the Miles Sanders one right.
But it's the same rule. It's the same catch, granted, but all the stuff that plugs into what a catch is supposed to be with the Goddard one didn't cut the mustard for me. But hey, I'm impartial. I don't got no fight in this.
And you know what I don't like? I mean, for me, I take it back to the San Fran game. I remember Devontae had that one-hand catch, right? We saw the replay. It was clear as day a drop, right? However, San Fran did not challenge the play, so they took their catch and ran with it.
Right.
This time, the team challenged the play. You took all the angles and you took your time, and you still give I don't even understand. like, what do you do at that point? Like,
but you got people B-wording about a clear hold.
Thanks for respecting my pops, bro.
Don't make no sense. So from this point, like what happens next is my question, right? Like, what do the Eagles do this offseason? What do the Chiefs do this offseason?
Both teams running back.
Quiet your bullshit.
It's going to be way harder for Philly to do that.
It's going to be harder for us only because we had so many pieces this year. Yes, I agree. But the core pieces, AJ will still be here. Devontae will still be here. Jalen will still be here. So at least on offense, we know we got that. We still have to wait to see what Jason and Lane Johnson's going to do. I think both of them going to retire. Probably Fletcher Cox, too. That's going to take a hit. However, if we can get Jordan Davis in shape, we'll throw him into the mix. Hopefully, we can still retain Robert
much more prominently.
We still got Hassan Reddick.
Y'all have great picks. Y'all have a couple first-round picks.
Yeah. I think they got number 10 over, right?
And we got a top 10 pick in the draft this year. I don't know if we'll use it or we use that for trade bait, but the main concern we have is we gotta get these new guys to stop yapping. Darius Slay, James Bradbury, until y'all win something. They got cooked last night.
What they did? What happened? What they get through? What?
They got cooked last night. I can't believe you guys. Y'all let Juju look like AB out there.
Yo, Juju came alive in the second half, boy.
Yeah, he did. So he was looking like AB when Ben was throwing it for him, if we're being honest. You know what I'm saying? We're just gonna throw that out though.
But I think we'll be in good shape. We'll still be the best team in the division next year. So we'll just have to do some retooling. As far as
before you go any further, Vlad, I just wanted to see what Master Jig and Master Dub's opinion was.
He didn't say nothing, so they know the truth. We will be the best division, best team in the division next year.
About the Eagles being the best team in the NFC East.
Yo, I'm gonna let Vlad live a little, man, because he been sitting here taking punishment all for the last 20, 30 minutes.
I can take the heat.
You can take the heat. You blocked me, bro.
You was hiding.
If you were blocked, you wouldn't be on this call.
Yo,
you blocked my wife's phone, bro.
I didn't block her phone. My phone was on Do Not Disturb.
Sportscast,
just like it is every night after 10:30.
Sportscast, Nation. We didn't hear from the guy for 24 hours. We didn't hear from him until we started recording.
He said he could take the heat. I didn't get a response from him after hitting him up on Instagram and tagging him until I said, "Hey, what time are we recording tonight?"
You got to answer, correct?
Real talk.
You could not take the heat.
America, I want y'all to know the only reason why that we got Vlad is because he's true to the podcast. But if it wasn't for that, we still would not know. Like, I was getting to the point I was gonna pull up on your mom, bro.
No, you wasn't.
It's my boy. All right,
we was out here getting worried, bro.
No, y'all wasn't.
Yo, dead serious, bro. And I
wanted you to tag him with the Sportscast and some stuff. He was still posting on the Sportscast IG.
Those are automated.
Yo,
those are automated.
He was posting on his business page. I know that was.
Those are automated too.
Yo, son, I ain't never seen something like this. This man was in hiding, bro. And something tells me after we hang up, this dude
He's going back.
He going back.
He crawling right back. No, we got to talk, bro. We got to talk.
Y'all talking now?
Chit-chat.
Yeah,
You can handle the heat.
We got to chit chat, bro. You told me, man, I got text messages. And I told you, I said, my man, you better win this game, boy. You better win this game or it's trouble for you,
He
bro.
sent us a long paragraph talking about y'all smell what's cooking, all this extra. Like, what?
Hey, I'm not gonna
And
lie. I thought the Eagles was going to win. I picked whoever to come out the
Should've
NFC to
won.
win, though.
I did too.
I put it on the Chiefs.
I'm not even gonna
I
lie.
had my money on the Chiefs for a long time.
Last episode, I even said it. I said, look, if I was a betting man, I would have went with Philly.
Yeah.
So realistically, moving forward,
Mm-hmm.
Mahomes is 27 years old. Yes.
The GOAT.
He's been crowned by Mr. Mo Better
And
himself.
man, we had a discussion yesterday at my watch party. We said that Patrick Mahomes is the Kobe Bryant of the NFL right now. Tom Brady is still the Michael Jordan, but
Right.
Patrick Mahomes is the Kobe Bryant. Lamar
Vlad,
Jackson is
hey,
Allen
Vlad,
Iverson.
tell him that Tom Brady is the LeBron James, bro. Tell him, Vlad.
No.
Come on, see, he knows.
Don't do that.
But yeah, when we talk, and you know what, this is what me and Vlad was talking about on last episode. I felt like this Super Bowl was, I mean, of course, Jalen and the Eagles would love to have won it, but Patrick needed to win
Yeah.
because of what he's already started.
Right.
He needed to win this game. All right, thumbs up to you too, Kent. Anyway, but like he really needed to win this game because we already crowned Patrick as the best quarterback.
Best
Probably
player.
and you know
Best
the
player in the
league.
league.
You know, he's probably the most talented already as well. But now he's walking. Now he's starting to leave some people behind.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like you know, there's levels to this, and now he's starting to knock at Tom Brady's neighborhood.
Right.
You know? And so because of that, you know, now that it's like now he's hanging around Joe Montana. You know, he's hanging around. He pretty much surpassed Dan Marino because he already won.
He won.
You know, he's hanging around.
On top of that, he won regular season MVP and Super Bowl MVP. That's never been done before.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like for all the people beforehand that we want to be like, hey man, these guys are great, these guys are legends, and no knock on none of those guys. None of them have done that. This is the first and only time in history that we've seen somebody reach this echelon. My bad. And he did it on a bad ankle.
This is why I'll say this. Well, up to this point, because we don't know what the next 12 years will look like. Up to this point, this was Pat Mahomes' best year.
I mean, you won Super Bowl MVP and final. I mean, regular season MVP.
I mean, even his yards are better without Tyreek.
That's what I'm saying. Like what
crazy.
What you losing Tyreek? Let's be real. We all. I mean, even myself at the beginning of this year, I thought it was going to be Bills Mafia in the Super Bowl.
A lot of us, a lot of people did.
Yeah, a lot of people picked the Bills. Yeah.
The Chiefs had they had a great year, but I believe at one point they kind of had like a little shaky 4-week span, whatever. Then the Bengals got hot out of nowhere, so we thought that was gonna be a repeat.
And they didn't they run off like 7 wins in a row.
Then they did. Then Pat Mahomes go down against Jacksonville. He gets his clap back against Joey B. And honestly, for him to go against the second best defense all year with 70 sacks for the season, and for you to never get touched, for you not to throw a pick, and for you to throw 3 touchdowns
on a bad ankle.
Yo, I'm sorry. At this point, it's not like that's my team that lost, but respect is where it is. Like Pat Mahomes at this point, we just saw one of those. We're going to be looking back and like, 2023 was probably one of Pat Mahomes' historic seasons from top to bottom. What numbers?
He's doing Beethoven numbers right now.
Like, let's be real. When you look at the roster, we didn't think Pistachio and McKinnon and all these guys, like
Pistachio?
Hey, listen, Pacheco. Put the respect on his name. Pacheco.
His name's Pistachio.
Pistachio.
No.
Yo, I ain't never hear that. Pistachio.
Like, he's making household names out of these guys. And that's the thing.
He got Melvin Gordon the ring.
Yo, I didn't even know he was on Kansas City.
Yeah, he left.
I thought they were gonna activate him when Clyde Edwards-Helaire went down, but they said, "Nah, we straight."
They really were.
So here's another thing I'm starting to think about too. For the first 5-6 years of this run, the offense has been carrying this team for the most part. What's going to happen when Kansas City really invests in the defense?
They can't.
They can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Vlad, you got to think. The reason why your team is the way it is because Jalen is on a rookie contract.
Right.
That's it.
so and which I respect. And I said that early in the season. I'm like, man, I wish they could have did that with Daniel Jones. Like, you rack him up, try to get your wins now because soon he's gonna need $900 million, bro.
Yeah, and it's gonna strap the cap.
Yeah, I agree. However, Pat Mahomes' contract is locked. There will be new CBAs coming down the line. So there will be ways to restructure because obviously Travis Kelce is not going to be here forever. Travis Kelce is already in his 30s. So that'll be off the books in a few years. Outside of that, who's really getting very, very big money on that roster? I mean, Frank Clark will be gone, and Chris Jones will be gone eventually too. There will be, I mean, let's be real. Pat Mahomes is 27 years old. We might got another 12 years of this. There will be another look Chiefs coming down that line. It's not going to be the same Chiefs team. So if in year 9, no, not 9, if year 12 and on, they said, all right, let's flip it and make this a little bit more defensive heavy, can Pat Mahomes still carry him to Super Bowls? Or do you think it's just all offense?
It's gonna whenever, and let me tell you when it's gonna go bad for Mahomes. Whenever Andy Reid and Bieniemy retires, it's not just Pat Mahomes. It's the system that he's in. Number one, he has the talent, but the talent with the game calling and play calling is what makes it exceptional.
Because Andy is calling the shit, or Bieniemy, whoever's doing it, they are calling these guys. They calling plays to sleep.
Sleep. They're like, oh, let me tell you what these corners not good at. Covering somebody.
Like even Travis Kelce said it. He said, I'm not running open. Andy is running me open.
Right.
Andy tells me where to go, and I'm there, and I'm like, there's nobody here.
I mean, but to answer Vlad's question, I think he can, and I think that's the expectation. I always tell you, to me,
there's no question at this point.
You give a quarterback all your money, your hope is that you don't have to tax on any other position that hard, bro. Right. Like, your hope is that this person is going to overcome. You know, that's why I was going. That's why I went so hard when I see like certain Kyler Murray out here playing, begging for money. Like, sir, are you that good? No. Like, you know, like, so to me, it's like unless you're a quarterback that can overcome deficiencies. Because let's think about it this way: if we left the rosters the same way, and we switch Jalen Hurts with Patrick Mahomes, do you think Jalen would have quite that much success without two number one receivers, without a defense that gets the ball back and has 70+ sacks, without an offensive line like that? So you telling Patrick that, hey, this is the team I'm giving you, make it work.
Make it work. Figure it out.
You know,
yeah. So, and proving it. Defense doesn't win championships because there hasn't been none for none of the championships they won. Yesterday proved it. They scored 30.
No, bro. No. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. Because they held them to 11 points in the second half. You don't do that without defense. You don't do that without defense. Defense doesn't mean it's 10-12 Rams versus Patriots. That's not what defense means. Defense means, hey, we're not just gonna let them have a field day the whole game, and they did. You know what I'm saying? They got a fumble return for a touchdown. That was 7 points that they got. That wasn't Patrick Mahomes throwing a touchdown. That was the defense going in there and tying the game up 14-14. That helped out a lot. Special teams chipped in. They returned a 35-yard punt, 63 yards to the 5-yard line. It's about teams, not just the offense. It's cute to focus on the offenses, but that defense holding them to 11 points changes the whole game, because if they don't hold them to 11, they lose.
Well, I'll
They
say
let them score
this.
2 more times, 2 more field goals. That's the lost game. There's nothing they can do.
I'll say this. The fumble I'm not going to count because they didn't really force that. Jalen dropped that.
Oh, the pressure that what the heck? Like, did the team not pressure?
Jalen should tuck the ball. He wouldn't have.
Okay, I mean so say just that. Like he just didn't have good ball control, but their defense had Jalen running all over the place.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, he was getting touched.
And that wasn't the only time.
I mean, no. Jalen was rushed. I get that. However, the biggest applaud that I would give the Chiefs defense was they didn't allow our running game to get popping. Outside of Jalen, where was Miles Sanders? Where was Scott? Where was Gainwell? Like, that's our threat. Get the running game going and then open up the passing game. It was
that almost felt like it was more of a poor game plan decision than it was the Chiefs.
I felt like I'm with Kens. I feel like Philly. I mean, they tried to run the ball like on the first play. Okay, Kansas City stopped it, but I mean, there's like a whole long game to go. Like I feel like
Jalen again, right? I feel like Jalen was playing so well. Like he was diamond. You know what I'm saying? He was he was looking like he was going bar for bar with Mahomes.
So was that almost like a Jalen playing that well with his arm? Was that almost the Achilles heel to why? Like because then you end up going away from what
your bread and butter.
There's a pro and con to that. That's what I'm saying. Like Jalen did play very, very well, but the con to that is you went against your system that been working for all year.
But you know what? Again, right? The real reason why is because, like Jake said earlier, Kansas City made the adjustment on defense and on offense. They was like, well, we're not gonna let them keep throwing the ball all over us. That's not gonna just keep happening.
They wasn't afraid to run the ball themselves, but
Kansas City said, hey, trust in the Zoe. Pacheco, don't you ever disrespect a man called Pistachio game.
Pistachio.
But I gotta give it Chiefs though. For them to outrush us, they have more rushing yards than us. That's a red flag. For them,
a red flag. That's
them to have more sacks than y'all.
More sacks, more pass rush. That's a red flag. I mean, we didn't execute the game plan that we should have executed to win this game. Even if
y'all executed y'all game plan.
No, y'all had a great game. Stop it, man.
Facts. Put up 35 points in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, y'all had a great game, dog.
35. But again, if you look at it, Jalen really had to strap on and carry most of that load himself. Like, yes, I'll give it to AJ and Devontae. They did their thing. You know, AJ had a spectacular catch down the field. Devontae, but damn Quez.
Goddard came alive.
He did come alive too, but Quez couldn't catch. Shoot, I can't say.
I mean, they rarely threw him the ball though.
Like, well, hey, this is Super Bowl.
It
was Goddard. It was Goddard's show, really.
Yeah, I mean, Goddard was balling, bro.
I was like, who is he? That catch they gave him, but whatever.
Let me tell you what cost y'all the game. When y'all got the ball first, that's what cost y'all the game. That's all it was.
We got the
coin toss, bro.
That's all. If you look, that's all it was, bro.
Pat Mahomes loved getting the ball first at the half, though.
At the halftime,
that's what I was thinking too. I was like, all they gotta do is score when the half comes, and they get back in this game.
I mean, hey, that's when the momentum is built, bro. I mean, shoot.
That's it. You can't fault anybody else. Both defenses played terrible. I don't care what nobody said. Both offenses looked lights out, and whoever had the ball last won the game.
And shout out to Andy Reid not overthinking and just being smart. Run that clock down, bro.
He played football. He was just like, look here, man. Hey, shout out to play of the game was when the Eagles was like, let these motherfuckers score. And Buddy McKinnon, was it McKinnon?
Slid.
He slid. I said, if this motherfucker slide out of bounds, he gonna cost him the game. He slides out, cost him the game.
That was brilliant. But can we talk about Jalen Hurts' arm? What was that at the very last? That John went like 30 yards, maybe.
His shoulder. He knew
out. He gave
his
up.
shoulder is out. What?
His shoulder gave
after
out.
Balling out.
He's been throwing all game. His shoulder gave out.
He's a quarterback. What the fuck you talking about?
Wait, hold on. We just talked about the fact that they went away from the run because Jalen was throwing so well. And if I recall, he had a deep pass to Devontae. He had a deep touchdown pass to A.J. Brown. And this time, when you have a clear pocket, when it's Hail Mary time, they rushed 2 people. He had no.
He doesn't have a 70-yard arm though. That's the shit.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna get that down the field no way. But
that John went nowhere, bro. Like that's what I thought was crazy.
Make it all the way down here.
They were supposed to run some type of hook and ladder type situation. And
but here's my thing, and this is why I don't like what y'all saying, because the coaches spend more time with him than anybody, right?
Right.
If it's too far, they would have went with the hooker ladder plays. They would have threw a quick screen. Next thing you know, pitch back. So that means that he was at a point of the field where they were comfortable.
They were confident
that he could throw that far. And apparently
it wasn't in the script, man. It wasn't in the script.
That's not the plot we got. But anyway, before we wrap up the show, since not football season's over, how do we look at the landscape? Or we think Chiefs can run this back, or there will be another team to claim that throne?
What I can say for certain is that the Chiefs will be in the AFC Championship next year.
I agree.
You guys,
I agree.
Yes.
Now, whether it's against the Bills or the Bengals or something like that, that's yet to be.
The Bills will not be there. You heard it here first.
No, whatever.
Okay, that's perfect.
Jake know who's writing the script next year.
Hey, I got the inside scoop. Baby, the Bills will not be there.
Yo, let's get Spike Lee on it, bro. The Giants is coming back, baby.
Play Eddie's exit music, please.
On that note, guys, appreciate you guys tuning into this week's episode. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share. And tune in to next week. And we'll catch you guys next week.
My DMs.